Let's take a journey back into time. This is trigonometry, and we are trying to find angle measurements. So I've got two triangles here in this picture. We're going to do triangle TUV first, and then we'll do triangle ABC second. Now, TUV is a right triangle, and you'll see that we have a side of 6 and another side of 11. We also have a missing side that's not given to us, UV, but if we're trying to find angles, we don't actually need that missing side. If we wanted to find the missing side, we would have to solve it with Pythagorean theorem, but we're going to talk about that another time. So let's look at our situation. So I wanted to find the angle of the angle T, and I wanted to find angle V. Okay. I can't do these at the same time, but I have to set up each one separately. Okay. So if I was to set this up for angle T, I'll use the black color for angle T. Okay. So I'd find my opposite and my hypotenuse, and this leaves me as my adjacent. Okay. So I know my adjacent and my hypotenuse. So that means I have a cosine equation. Now, if I were to write the cosine here, I'd say cosine of t equals 6 divided by 11. That's how I'd write my angle, my cosine statement. But I want to find what the measure of the angle is. So I'm going to rewrite this as the inverse. So t is equal to, and this is how we do the inverse. Inverse cosine of 6 over 11. Okay? So we have to find the inverse cosine here. And that requires a little bit of a different technique. So let's go ahead and pull up our calculator. So if I need to find the inverse cosine, when you're looking in Desmos, you don't want to click the cosine button. It's right here. You want to go into functions and click inverse cosine. Then you go back into main and you write your fraction, 6 divided by 11. Okay. Now you see that I'm in degrees here. If I were to click on this, it changes it to radians. But remember, degrees and radians, if you remember about those, we want to keep it in degrees. So now I have this angle. It says 56.94. I got it. That is my angle. So I'd say that T is equal to about 56.9 degrees. Now, I can use angle sum here to find angle V. In other words, I could find the measure of angle V by adding angle U and angle T together and subtracting from 180. But we're going to do it a slightly different way. We're going to do it through trigonometry as well. So we're going to find angle V by using trig 2. Okay? So the first thing I have to do is I have to rename my things. This is my opposite side. Hypotenuse never changes, but the opposite and adjacent will switch sides here. So if I'm looking at V now, I know my opposite and I know my hypotenuse, which means I know the sine. Sine V equals 6 over 11. As before, to rewrite this as an inverse function, I would use my inverse sine of 6 over 11. I forgot to write V equals. Sorry about that. So inverse sine 6 over 11. Okay. When I go back here, again, my function tab, inverse sine, go back to main, 6 divided by 11. And you'll see that that ends up being 33.1. I had to round it up. Okay. So I have 33.1. So what does this mean? If I were to kind of clear this out, I could indicate that this angle here is 33.1 degrees. If you remember, This angle over here was 56.9 degrees. So I have a 33.1 degree angle, 56.9 degree angle, and I am done. Okay, so if I were to try to relate this information, I would say measure of angle V is 33.1 degrees. Measure of angle T is 56.9 degrees. Now obviously angle U would be 90 degrees. Okay, so I used inverse sine or inverse cosine depending on which one it is. Inverse sine for V and inverse cosine for T. Let's look at a different one over here on the right. We have our triangle ABC. We have two legs of 7 and 17. Okay, so if I were to try to do this for angle A, I'd indicate that's my opposite, and this is my hypotenuse. And that means this is the adjacent. Okay, so for angle A, I know my opposite and adjacent, right? According to SOHCAHTOA, that would be tangent. Okay, so my tangent of angle A equals opposite 7 over 17. Opposite over adjacent. So angle A would be the inverse tangent 7 over 17. Okay, inverse tangent 7 divided by 17 gives me an angle of 22.4 degrees. 22.4 degrees. Okay. Now, if I were to switch this up and look for angle B instead, for angle B, this is no longer my opposite adjacent. This would be my opposite here, and this would be my adjacent. So you can see for angle B, the tangent of angle B is 17 over 7, so angle B would be the inverse tangent of 17 over 7, or this is 67.6. Now I didn't show the calculations, but I did the calculations. So that'd be the other way I could find this. So I know angle A and angle B are 22.4 and 67.6 degrees. You'll notice that in both of these cases, if I add these two angles together, they equal 90. If I add these two angles together, 33.1 and 56.9, they also equal 90 degrees. That's because these are complementary angles. They're both parts, they're the other two angles in a right triangle. So honestly, you don't need to use two trigonometric ratios to solve it. If you have one angle solved, you can figure out the other one by using its complement. Now, for obvious reasons, I showed you how to do this because I wanted to look at sine, cosine, and tangent, but I will tell you that you don't have to do that every time. Okay, thank you much.